You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. The city of Hazleton's hopeful, taking new steps moving forward to begin returning to a new normal. WYLN's Phil Kaufman has more.
Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassatt believes his city is ready to move forward as the number of people who test positive for COVID-19 approaches 1,000. A curfew that has been altered at least once since it was enacted on April 3rd expired 10 days ago, and Cassatt believes that the public is well versed in how to avoid contracting the virus. The State Department of Health scrapped its daily press conference on Wednesday, citing technical issues with its statewide surveillance data system, but reported 992 cases for the city in its most recent zip code data, and another 303 confirmed cases for the zip code shared by neighboring Hazel Township and West Hazleton. Cassatt believes the curfew has contributed to the slowing spread of the virus as the number of positive cases increased at a lower rate since it was enacted. The curfew was part of an emergency declaration that the mayor issued on March 28th. It became effective April 3rd and was extended twice by City Council through May 11th. Having become a virus hotspot, the city caught the attention of the national media that focused on large outbreaks at warehouses in neighboring communities. Cassatt believes several factors contributed to the large case count, such as the number of multi-unit homes and local workers who depend on shared transportation. Soon enough, the Hazleton mayor may learn whether the governor agrees with his assessment or not. Luzerne County Council will vote later this week on a letter that will ask the governor to move the county to the yellow phase. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thank you, Phil. Luzerne County Manager David Pedri announced today that the COVID-19 testing site at Mohegan Sun Arena in Wilkes-Barre Township will be closing. Pedri informed council members that the site will close May 29th. The site was opened by the State Department of Health in the arena's parking lot back on April 20th. Now, since then, over 2,000 people have been tested there. The Department of Health plans to provide more details on the closure at a later time. A recent COVID-19 case report is allegedly filled with errors. A trade association for long-term care facilities might take legal action against the state to force a retraction. The health department released data Tuesday on the number of coronavirus cases and deaths among residents and staff at 557 Pennsylvania personal care facilities and nursing homes. The group notified the department that numerous facilities statewide reported the figures were wrong and demanded a retraction while they resolved the issue. However, the department refused to do so. The department said the figures are totaled by comparing positive lab report data reported to them, then it's matched to long-term care facilities' addresses. However, today, state health officials admitted to the errors in their data and that those errors are being corrected. The Hazleton Police Department and Drug Enforcement seized a large amount of drugs today in the city. The drugs were discovered during an investigation into a stash house in Hazleton. According to police, around 95 grams of crack cocaine and drug paraphernalia were seized. There's no word at this time on any charges being filed, as the investigation is still ongoing. A Hazleton man faces a slew of charges, including driving under the influence. An officer spotted a blue Honda Pilot speeding on North Cedar Street in the early morning hours of May 8th. The vehicle, driven by 25-year-old Jamie Jaramilla Rodas, was pulled over at Carson Street and East Diamond Avenue. Rodas appeared to be intoxicated and refused to get out of the vehicle. Officers had to physically remove him while he resisted arrest. Rodas was charged with driving under the influence, resisting arrest, and numerous summary violations. He's currently free after posting bail through a bondsman. A shooting suspect was taken into custody in Wilkes-Barre Wednesday morning by the U.S. Marshals Service Fugitive Task Force. 25-year-old Zaheem Smith of Philadelphia was charged back in December of 2018 for a shooting at the Sherman Hills apartment complex in which the victim, Sean Sweet, was injured. Smith was taken to Luzerne County Prison October of 2019, but posted bail and joined the fugitive list in November when he failed to appear in court. Marshals found him at a hotel in the 300 block of Bear Creek Boulevard early Wednesday morning. He was then turned over to Wilkes-Barre police for processing. 3 major retailers are now allowing online purchases using the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. The Wolf administration received approval to allow Pennsylvania SNAP recipients to join the online pilot program. It'll allow people to purchase groceries online at Walmart, ShopRite, and Amazon. Only eligible food items can be purchased over the internet with SNAP benefits. Also, people won't be able to transact cash assistance benefits using the EBT card and need to use an alternative payment to cover non-allowable items like paper products and personal hygiene items. The Tamaqua Area School Board decided to move the class of 2020's graduation to June 5th. The original graduation date was May 29th, but directors suggested the delay so grads would have a better chance of having an interactive ceremony. Superintendent Ray Kinder Jr. submitted 5 possible graduation plans to the Pennsylvania Department of Education. If the stay-at-home order remains in effect in Schuylkill County until June 4th, then they'll have a virtual ceremony. But if the county's allowed to transition into the yellow phase, then the district could hold a drive-through ceremony from the middle school's parking lot. The district's waiting to hear back from the Department of Education as we speak. The Crestwood Area School District also set a date for their 2020 senior graduation. The ceremony is scheduled for Friday, June 12th at Crestwood High School. Students' arrival times are based on their last names. A procession parade will begin between 4 and 4:15 p.m. down Route 309 to St. Jude's parking lot, then back to Crestwood. However, due to current state and local regulations, people won't be able to gather or stand together along the road. Families will be able, however, to watch the ceremony on 2 large display panels from their vehicles as graduates receive their diplomas on stage. The ceremony will be streamed live on Facebook, and a video recording will be available at a future date. Coming up on Wyln News, one local company donates $200K to local students for computers, plus lawsuits on lawsuits. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Lehigh, and I'm 7 years old, and tomorrow is going great.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
In these uncertain times, you need to know what's really going on. The source matters now, more than ever. So turn to Wyln for up-to-the-minute information on social media, TV news updates at 1 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m., and Wyln News live at 5:30. Live local news and breaking news when it happens. Wyln TV 35, we're your local network.
From the bottom of our hearts, the Wyln TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
A big donation was made to the Hazleton Area School District to help out students currently studying from home. Miracle Commercial Real Estate gave $200,000 to the district through its charitable foundation to purchase new computer equipment. HASD's struggling to provide computers for all 11,500 of its students, so the donation will help buy an additional 1,077 computers. The district purchased over 3,000 Chromebook computers last month, with the goal of buying 4,000 more to provide to each student. The school board voted on purchasing the computers at Wednesday's meeting. LVHN Breast Health Services have reopened 15 locations to provide COVID-safe mammogram screenings. During the pandemic, services were only offered to women with suspected breast cancer. Safety measures have since been put in place to ensure patient safety. Everyone gets its temperature screening at the door. Masks must be worn, and patient arrival times will be staggered. Services are available at the Health and Wellness Center in Hazleton, LVH Schuylkill Cedar Crest, and LVHN's Imaging Center in Pottsville. Patients can call 1-888-402-5846 to make an appointment. Carbon County filed a civil suit against a former clerk of courts based on the fact he was convicted of a felony for stealing funds from his office. The county wants back the nearly $72,000 plus interest that 61-year-old William McKinley retired with back in 2018 after serving there for 31 and a half years. McKinley was charged back in 2018 by the State Attorney General's office for stealing $43,000 in bail money and court fees, and pled guilty last year to serve 1 to 3 years in state prison. As a Carbon County employee, McKinley collected nearly $516,000 in pension benefits and withdrew just under $176,000 from his pension upon retirement. He was also eligible to receive just under $2,500 in monthly annuity for the rest of his life, but is now cut off. An undocumented Scranton man filed suit against Wilkes-Barre Township Police, claiming to be the victim of racial profiling. Giovanni Camacho Cazares filed the federal civil rights suit against the department last week, claiming he was unlawfully detained for more than 2.5 hours back on May 14th of 2018. While driving with his fiancée in a vehicle registered to his brother-in-law, he was pulled over for an alleged vehicle code violation. After complying with the officer and his background check came back clean, backup was still called in. Officers allegedly continued to hold him at the scene and asked about his immigration status. The officer allegedly told Camacho Cazares of a citation from 2012 for driving without a license, which he claimed to have already paid up. Coming up on Banks Township's News Choice, we bring back this beekeeper and community in you, and much more. So, be ready. Stay with us.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-thru lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
WYLN presents Community Update on the Coronavirus, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. with rebroadcast at 7 p.m. and 10 a.m. the following morning. Brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network, PBS 39, Adams Outdoor, and WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
Welcome to Community and You, and today it's all about the bees. Yes, Harold Kiner is here, and Harold, it's the season, it's the summer. Why are people so afraid of bees, and in particular, your favorites, the honeybees?
Well, people, they just think they worry about stinging, and that's one of their biggest things is they're worried about being stung. Honeybees are very docile in a sense. They're not aggressive bees. They will sting to defend their hive, and or if you're actually causing a problem for one bee in itself, she'll sting you. I mean, I get stung in the hand sometimes working. I get them stuck between the hive tool. They'll crawl in there, and you'll feel a vibration first, but then she'll sting you if you don't let her go.
And is it the stinger that makes people, because a lot of times we'll hear people go and have an allergic reaction to the bees?
It's the venom that actually causes the reaction. So that you know if it was a honeybee or a yellow jacket or a wasp stinging you, if you look at where you got stung, the honeybee leaves its stinger in you because it has a barbed stinger. And they're, for lack of a better word, they actually die when they do sting because they pull, when that stinger pulls out, it pulls the venom sac out. So if you get stung by a honeybee and you see this little thing in your skin, use your fingernail or something like a credit card and scrape across it and it will pull it out. Don't squeeze it to pull it because if you do, you're actually going to pump that venom into your body.
And that's what you don't want to do.
Right.
How important are honeybees? Because now there seems to be a push of people saying we have to save them. Pollination is important, but don't other things do that?
Yes, there are many bees that do pollination, but the honeybee, when they go to a crop, I mean, they do the job on that crop. Say, an apple orchard. I mean, they will basically do all the apple blossoms that are in those trees.
Now, you are a beekeeper, and at the apiary, you have bees. You also have honey. How long does it take in order to make, let's just say, a quart?
A quart of honey? It takes approximately 1,152 bees, and they fly, well, about 1 million miles, and they visit a couple hundred thousand flowers to make 1 quart of honey.
Wow.
One bee in her lifetime makes 1/12 of a teaspoon. But when you've got 40 to 50,000 workers, you can make that.
Tell us about the queen, because do you ever see the queen?
Oh, yes, you can see her, but I mean, when you're checking a hive, you don't always have to go and see the queen. As long as you can see eggs, you know that the queen is there. She was at least there within the last 3 days, because the eggs hatch after 3 days.
So if you haven't had a head count at your apiary anytime soon, give me a guesstimate. About how many honeybees would you say live at your place?
Oh, in the summertime, there's probably 1 million bees there.
1 million bees. Now, the other thing that we hear about are these swarms, and we see the pictures, and they show up, and there's people that are covered, and you know, how does that happen?
Well, the people that are covered, that's just kind of a
publicity stunt.
Right, a grandstand. How they do that is they actually cage a queen from the hive, and they'll put the queen on a necklace or something, and the bees go to that queen. The queen, because she gives off pheromones, and the bees are attracted to that pheromone, and they want to go to the queen. It's just like in a swarm. The queen is going to be in that swarm, and the bees kind of control the swarm, but they also need to smell her.
Just in case we have any viewers who are watching out there and they say, I think I'd like to get involved with bees, how can we find out more about that?
Well, you can find us on Facebook under Kiner's Apiary or Luzerne County Beekeepers Association, and contact me. There's phone number there, email there, and you're welcome to come to our bee meetings, and but I'll answer questions. But if you think you want to get into beekeeping, you need to read some books, do some studying before you do it. You don't just put bees in a box and hope that they survive.
and then have to call Harold and explain what happened. Harold, thank you so much. I'm fascinated. We're going to have you back.
Well, we can always have you there, put you in a suit, and we can open up a hive.
And we hope to see you again soon on Community and You.
Thank you.
Life is different, but it hasn't stopped. So when curiosity turns into a rash, an LVHN video visit is just a click away. No matter what you need, whether it's a phone call with a primary care provider or a specialist, or you just need advice on your health, we have a virtual care option that's right for you. And the best part? You'll always be seen by a Lehigh Valley Health Network provider. Visit lvhn.org/virtual to learn more.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Tune in every Sunday night on Wyln from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on Wyln. I'll see you in the ring.
Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network.
Wednesday was a great day to be a bee. Bees are so important. The whole day was dedicated to them. Wednesday was World Bee Day, which was set aside to raise bee awareness and other pollinators vital to human life. World Bee Day was established by the UN to continue awareness of our planet's pollinators. Bees are critical to humans, pollinating plants to keep the environment thriving. And when bees are done pollinating, they create honey. To help bees overcome the threats they face, experts recommend not mowing your lawn as frequently. Let your grass grow longer to allow flowers to grow in your fields. Hazleton Public Transit wants to remind everyone that no bus services will be available Monday, May 25th. That's because Monday's Memorial Day. Along with no bus services, HBT's office will be closed too. Buses will be running again on Tuesday, and the office will reopen then as well. Another pandemic postponement was announced today, this time in Carbon County. The Memorial Day weekend event planned at the No. 9 Mine in Lansford has been canceled. The popular annual event features a picnic, car show, and tours of the No. 9 Mine and Museum. Currently, the mine remains closed due to the governor's coronavirus restrictions. People can get all the latest by visiting the Mine and Museum's website or Facebook page. That's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you'll find the real facts about COVID-19 from LVHN or who's open for business. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.
My name is Mike, and I am a commercial installer at Service Electric.
My name is Leanne.
I'm Joe. My name is Kelly.